Kaitlyn Lasitter couldn't have been more excited about her day at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. The sun was shining, the lines were short, and she could almost taste the adrenaline. Her destination? The Superman Tower of Power. It was one ride that could leave your stomach up in the clouds even after your feet were back on solid ground. But as she strapped in, smiling at her friends, none of them could have imagined that having the ground beneath her feet would be a privilege Kaitlyn would have stripped from her. The ride started, rising slowly to its dizzying height of 177 feet. But this time, instead of laughter and delighted screams filling the air, a terrifying sound echoed around them, a snap. A cable whipped violently through the air, and in a split second, Kaitlyn's feet were severed. The ride came to a halt, but life as Kaitlyn knew it was already irrevocably changed. Witnesses stood in shock, children cried, and ride operators scrambled. One cable, one horrifying snap, and a girl's life was changed forever. This is the tragic story of a day of fun that spiraled into a lifetime of consequences. A nightmare where one moment's malfunction shattered countless dreams. At just 13 years old, Kaitlyn was the epitome of youthful energy and enthusiasm. A Louisville native, she was always excited about the summer break. It was a season where she spent the time away from school, enjoying hangouts, sunshine, and endless adventures. That fateful Thursday wasn't a special occasion. It was just another beautiful day for her and her friends to conquer roller coasters, eat cotton candy, and make memories that were supposed to last a lifetime. She could never have anticipated that her life would take such a heart-wrenching turn in just a matter of seconds. The tragedy occurred in none other than the famous amusement park, Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. Since its opening, Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, located in the heart of Louisville, has been a staple of thrills and excitement, with over 6 roller coasters, 15 family rides, 5 thrill rides, 13 kid rides, and an additional 19 attractions at Hurricane Bay. The park appeared to have something for everyone, whether it was the spine-tingling roller coasters or the seemingly safer but equally thrilling rides like the Superman Tower of Power, which promised a rapid ascent to 177 feet, followed by a free fall at 54 miles per hour. The Swiss company Intamin AG manufactured the Superman Tower of Power. The company also made some of the biggest rides at other famous theme parks. Leading up to 2007, the park was a sanctuary of escapism for locals and tourists alike. They have hundreds of attendees annually, reaching their all-time high of 800,000 visitors in 2016. Park officials always assured the public of their stringent safety measures. In fact, the Superman Tower of Power, initially known as Elevator, had undergone rigorous inspections each year, passing all safety standards. But despite their confidence in the ride's safety, no inspection could foresee what unfolded on that day in June. The park's glowing safety record has always been a point of pride, especially regarding its iconic ride, the Superman Tower of Power. Here's how the ride worked. Passengers are securely harnessed before being slowly lifted to a height of 177 feet. At the top, the ride offers near curve of the earth views, making the park below look like a miniature playground. The ride's peak thrill is a sudden free fall from 154 feet, reaching speeds up to 54 miles per hour, giving riders a heart-stopping, stomach-leaping experience. The cable broke loose, whipping around and striking passengers in Section 3, where Kaitlyn Lasitter sat. Tragically, the cable wrapped around her feet, severing them just above the ankle. The carriage plummeted to the ground, carrying with it a horrifying new reality. Chris Stinnett, a witness on a nearby ride, initially thought the screams were due to ride excitement. He soon realized a cable had snapped on the ride, injuring multiple people and causing screams of genuine distress. Megan Watham, a park visitor, nearly went on the ride but changed plans last minute due to a friend's sudden change of heart. She shuddered as she said, "That could have been all of us." Others, like Gabe Harmon and Andrew English, who were actually on the ride, spoke about hearing a strange clanking noise, unlike anything they'd heard on their previous 10 rides that day. "It was only when we were about to get off that we realized something was seriously wrong," said Gabe. What caused such a devastating accident to occur in the first place? The simple answer is that it was a result of a cable malfunction. This horrific malfunction resulted in a cable wrapping around Kaitlyn's legs, ultimately severing her feet, rendering her disabled. What is equally disturbing is that the ride operators heard the unusual screaming, but failed to press the emergency stop button until after the ride had already dropped. Bill Clary, a spokesman for the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, the body in charge of inspecting amusement park rides, stated, "We do not know at this stage what caused the cable to break. The aftermath was immediate and far-reaching. The ride was shut down indefinitely, and similar rides across the country were closed temporarily for inspections. Emergency responders were on the scene within moments, and poor Caitlyn Lasitter was rushed to University Hospital after the accident. Emergency treatment was administered on the spot as other youngsters trapped on the ride screamed in horror. Investigations began, but answers were hard to come by. It was easy to say to customers that their rides were thoroughly inspected and 100% safe, but what happens when those inspections don't turn up a looming danger? When that 100% turns to 99.99%, with that 0.1% having ruined an innocent child's life forever? Following the accident, Six Flags released a statement confirming that a 13-year-old girl had been injured and was undergoing treatment. Park officials assured that the ride would remain shut down until a full investigation was completed. According to the park's spokesperson, each ride is inspected every day before the park opens. The Superman Tower of Power has reportedly passed inspections for the last 4 years. Contrary to what park representatives initially stated, Kaitlyn's family reported that no one from Six Flags had contacted them after the horrifying event. This discrepancy only added fuel to the fire. The family was rightfully upset and sued Six Flags for the ordeal their daughter had been through. The Superman Tower of Power was later demolished for good before the 2008 season kicked off. But the impact went far beyond the borders of Kentucky. Similar rides in other parks, whether they were branded as Superman or something else, were temporarily closed for safety checks. And we're not just talking about 1 or 2 rides, but many across multiple states. Even big companies like Cedar Fair Entertainment Co. shut down drop tower rides at 5 of its amusement parks to inspect them carefully, like Kings Island near Cincinnati, Canada's Wonderland in Toronto, Kings Dominion in Doswell, Virginia, and Great America in Santa Clara, California. Better safe than sorry, right? However, no other major incidents have been reported concerning their rides. Although the exact details remain confidential, the family did reach a settlement with Six Flags. One thing we do know is that Six Flags agreed to provide a lifetime of care for Kaitlyn. It was a small consolation in the face of all the trauma they had put her through, but an important one, ensuring that she will get the help and support she needs for the rest of her life. The incident led Massachusetts State Representative Ed Markey to introduce a bill that would let the federal government step in to regulate permanent rides at amusement parks. Kaitlyn's family publicly supported the bill, signaling a shift in the public's demand for tighter safety controls. The question of whether the bill will pass still hangs in the air, but it has sparked a vital conversation. June 21, 2007, was a dark day at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. The horrible Day 1 cable on the Superman Tower of Power ride came undone, severely injuring 13-year-old Kaitlyn. The incident led to immediate and widespread actions, from shutting down similar rides for inspections to sparking legal battles and stirring federal interest in amusement park safety. But, despite all this, the life of one little girl enjoying her summer has already been forever affected by the incident. Kaitlyn's incident at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom was enough to shake the public up. It truly makes us take a second look at those rides that make our hearts race and ask ourselves if the thrill is worth the danger. Because of this awful event, rides all over the U.S. got double-checked to make sure they were safe. Kaitlyn's family fought hard, and now Six Flags is helping to take care of her for life. But is that really enough to quell the pain she must surely feel? The family stepped up to the plate in a big way and is pushing for new laws that would mandate someone in Washington, D.C. to keep an eye on these parks. No one knows how effective that would be in the long term, but it is at least comforting to know that steps are being taken to ensure the kind of nightmare that happened to Kaitlyn doesn't happen to someone else.